that's enough about my family. Right here, I'd like to introduce a little friend of mine from south of the border, who I know is going to be as big a hit with you as she was in her first picture, that Oscar Award short feature, Bombolero. She's about the prettiest little Spanish girl that's come across the pike in many a fiesta. Here she is, Olga San Juan. Well, welcome to Command Performance, Olga.
Muchas gracias.
Gosh, Olga, you sure are pretty.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah, and you got that beautiful complexion.
Muchas gracias.
By the way, what do you think of my looks? Muchas gracias. Olga, I love everything that's Spanish. In my new home, I built myself a patio.
¿A patio, señorita?
Yeah, you know, that's the hacienda that blew its top. Well, what you gonna sing for us, Olga?
A song called Chico Chico.
Well, get right to it, honey.
Oh, Chico Chico. Oh, Chico Chico. Oh, Chico, 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 tanta outra vez aqui. O Chico, Chico, estou comendo meu fubá. Se o Chico, Chico tem seca de alimentar, que vai comer umas minucas no fumar. O Chico, Chico, tanta outra vez aqui. O Chico, Chico, está comendo meu fubá. Eu sei que ele tem, vive no meu quintal, que vem com ar esse canário de pardal. Mas, por favor, tire esse bicho do celeiro, porque ele acaba comendo o fubá inteiro. Tire esse Chico de lá, de cima de meu fubá. Tem tantas frutas que não pude pinicar. Mas eu fiz tudo para ver se conhecia. Botei a pista para ver se ela comia. Botei gato no espantão. Essa pomba serena que é pomba que é a boa alimentação. Esse bicho do celeiro, porque ele acaba comendo o fubá inteiro. Tira esse Chico de lá, em cima de meu fubá. Tem tantas frutas que não pude pinicar. Mas eu fiz tudo para ver se conhecia. Botei a pista para ver se ele comia. Botei gato nos botões, a pomba serena que é pomba que é boa alimentação.
Pretty, Olga. And while we got the audience in a listening mood, I better sneak up on them and slap them quick with my swayback soprano. This is for all the fellas who signed themselves the Tennessee Tomcats. And for Joe Clare at APO 453, George Bizacco and Martha D. Andrews at APO 73, Ed Lilly at APO 246, and Russell Isley and Jack Bean, both care of the Fleet Post Office, San Francisco. Here it is. I was alone on the shelf in a world by myself. Oh, where could my Prince Charming be? But a man came along, made my life like a song, and taught me these words of ecstasy. Tenderly, I want some hugging and some squeezing and some mugging and some teasing and some stuff like that there. I want some petting and some spooning and some happy honeymooning and stuff like that there. I used to think that love was just a lot of rubbish. A mess of cabbage, a mess of cabbage. But now my attitude is wholly lovey-dovey. And baby, you done it. I want some kissing and some hoping and some missing and some hoping and stuff like that there. I want some leaping and some chasing and some weeping and some pacing and stuff like that there. And when I get a certain feeling, I confess it. There's really only one expression to express it. I want some hugging and some squeezing and some hugging and some teasing and stuff like that there. and some missing and some moping and some stuff like that there. I want some leaping and some chasing and some weeping and some facing and some stuff like that there. And when I get a certain feeling, I confess it. There's really only one expression to express it. I want some hugging and squeezing and some mugging and some teasing and some stuff like that there. And now we have a big treat for everybody. It's that sensational new comedy star, the hit of Up in Arms and Wonder Man, Danny Kaye.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you very much, and hi, fellas.
Oh, say, it's so nice to have you here, Danny, but I can't understand what you're doing on a hillbilly show, boy.
You don't understand what I'm doing on a hillbilly show? It's very simple, Miss Karnofsky. I'm what you call a Russian hillbilly.
Yeah, well, I never heard of one before.
You never heard of a Russian hillbilly? Certainly. Russian hillbillies are the same as Americans. In fact, over there we even got those Basko, Drosvachi, Klyazis, is now Zdravstvali, Plechnel, Grat.
Well, now what does that mean?
Outside plumbing.
Danny, do Russian hillbillies sing?
You betcha. Of course. You're now looking at the head tenor of the Life Can Be Borscht with potatoes on the side singing group.
Well, what part do you sing?
Well, when we are singing the Volga Boatman, I am singing the yoik interpretation.
The yoik interpolation?
Well, of course, it goes like this.
Hey, da, woo, nyem, yoik! Hey, da, woo, nyem, yoik!
The society told me that I'm the biggest yoik they ever had.
You know, Daddy, I like Russian food pretty well. What do you have for breakfast?
Vodka.
Yeah, well, what do you have for lunch?
Vodka.
Gee whiz, and what do you have for dinner?
More vodka.
Say, that must be some country there. Is the scenery beautiful?
After all this vodka, anything is beautiful.
Getting back to the real you, though, Danny. Didn't you just come back from a bond tour in the East?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we did, honey. Eve, Arden, the rest of the show, and myself spent a number of weeks traveling around the country. In fact, I brought Evie with me. Evie! Oh, Eve Arden!
Hello, Dan. How are you, Judy? Well, Eve, how did you enjoy your trip back here?
Oh, it was all right. It was a little uncomfortable on the train. You see, Danny made the reservation, and we ended up in a cattle car.
Oh, it wasn't so bad.
Well, not at first, but later on the inspector came through.
What happened?
I don't know, but after he left, my hip had a blue stamp on it that said, "This is government-inspected beef." He was a punch, too.